continuation with the plasma proteins. Globulin, it is the another plasma proteins, and it is one of the three major types: alpha globulin, beta globulin, and gamma globulin, from smallest to the largest. And the alpha globulin includes the HDL, that is high density lipoproteins. It is also called as good cholesterol, which is important for carrying fats to the cells of the human body and for building various substances and for energy metabolism also. And coming to the low density lipoproteins, which is called as bad cholesterol, which is regarded as beta globulins, and which transport fat to the cells for steroids or cell membrane synthesis. And the gamma globulins, also called as antibodies or also called as immunoglobulins, and these are mainly produced by the B lymphocytes, and this is responsible for body's humoral immune mechanism, and it recognizes various pathogens or foreign materials via specific antigen binding receptors and just neutralizing them by various mechanisms. And the third plasma protein is fibrinogen, and it is mainly involved in the blood clotting process in the human body, and it is important soluble plasma clotting factor precursor, which is converted to the thread-like protein called fibrin, and it is mainly contact with the sticky surface, and it is synthesized by the liver, and it is converted to fibrin during the clotting process. And this fibrin, a thread-like structures, mainly helps to form the clot, and it is necessary to stop bleeding after an injury for a particular period of time. And the fibrin threads forms in this way trap platelets to form primary platelets clot, which is the stable blood clot formed by the process of coagulation. And other types of plasma proteins, which includes lipoproteins, complement proteins, lipoproteins and complement proteins, where lipoprotein, it transports lipids throughout the body, and enzymes which mainly catalyzes the biochemical reactions. And complement proteins, another important form of plasma proteins, which involve mainly in the immune reaction and inflammatory reaction in response to many different infectious particles. And plasma protein functions, it keeps the blood pH slightly alkaline by binding excess hydrogen ions in the blood. It can also supply amino acids if required, and it also often carries small molecules, each binding after absorption from the gut, and it also maintains the body's general health depends on plasma proteins, and this mainly assists in controlling the body's water balance, electrolyte balance, moving chemicals around the body, and guarding the body against any type of foreign infections, and transportation from one hormones and other molecules are transported by globulins, albumins, and the movement of enzymes also. And it is involved in the blood clot formation, and it is involved in the immunity and protein nutrition and osmotic pressure and water balance. So blood clot formation, fibrinogen is responsible for formation of blood clots to stop excessive bleeding after an injury. And immunity, immunity is nothing but the gamma globulin or antibodies, mainly responsible for immunological and defend the body against infections. And protein nutrition is the source of protein wherever the need arises. And the plasma protein in the blood is albumin, which plays a crucial role in maintaining the fluid balance in the body, and it is also helps to regulate the amount of electrolyte fluid in the blood vessels and preventing the excessive fluid buildup in the cells. And it is also responsible for the buffering actions. So coming to the buffering actions, plasma proteins maintains the body's pH level by acting as ampholytes, and normal blood pH, it acts as acid and attracts the cations, and it mainly involves in the transfer of lipids. One of the essential functions of plasma protein is to transport lipids and lipid soluble substance throughout the body, that is HDL, high density lipoprotein, and low density lipoprotein, and fatty acids, whereas cholesterol and phospholipids. which is present in the beta globulins are transported to fat soluble vitamins like mainly A, D, E and K.